Cozy Colors and a heart me, thank you very much. Cozy Colors says good morning, I say hey back. Snoop says hello, I say hey back. Hope you're both doing well. Thank you for the heart me. Cozy Colors says, well, good evening to you. Yeah, we're in the late of the night from my perspective. Snoop says, hashtag Clay. Yeah, I feel like that's accurate. Diana Nick sent a heart me, thank you very much. Let's do one more. Simple Disaster sent a heart me, thank you very much. KKOK, follow the live creator, thank you very much. Simple Disaster sent 5 donuts, thank you. That's pretty well centered. Simple Disaster sent 6 donuts, thank you very much. Pilza says, have I missed anything? Nope, just getting started. Apple user shared live, thank you. Monica Roy says, hey y'all. I say, hey back, I hope you're doing well. That is a very good lid. Oh, no, it's good. I thought I saw an issue, but it's pretty good. Tina shared the live, thank you very much. Kimmy sent a heart me, thank you very much. Kimmy sent 5 donuts. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, let's open this up. Mario de Ogum says, "Oh, I love your works." Thank you. Simple Disaster says, "Tap, tap, tap." Appreciate the reminder. That got us off balance, so we just gotta bring it back in. Amy says, "Yay, where have you been?" I was sick for the last few days. Still not feeling great, so we'll see how long this live goes. But I lost my voice. Jason hurt me, thank you very much. Simple Disaster says, "How you doing, Rand?" Not great. And Charlie says, "Good evening." I say, "Hey back, hope you're doing well." Amy says, "Oh boo, we have really missed you." Thank you. Yeah, I've been missing it too. Gary Larry followed the live career. Thank you very much. Diana Nick and Riz. KK says, "I just took a quick look at your video. Wowzers, love your work." Thank you. Hopefully I can make something you like tonight. Cisco Kid says, "What are you making?" Miniature porcelain vase. I want this one to be rounded with a bit of a neck. Maybe a lot of a neck. I have a fair amount of clay to work with if I can get it centered. As Simple Disaster says, "I made a wooden wheel while you were gone. It's in progress." That sounds really cool. What type of wood? Jackie followed the live creator. Thank you very much. I think I'm gonna try to push it a bit higher. Though I'm noticing a wiggle that I don't love. Brit Peace and a heart man says hello. I say hey back. Hope you're doing well. Brit Peace sent 43 donuts. Thank you so much. I had the shape right, but I'm wanting to see if I can fix the asymmetry in the spin to give us more decoration options. That's looking better. Lisa says hi. I say hey back. I hope you're doing well. Let's make a longer neck. What do we think of that? Rouse followed the live creator. Thank you very much. Lisa reposted and shared. Print shared live. Thank you very much. Brit P says, did you have a nice couple of days? No, I've been sick. Not really a vacation. Brit P says, sorry, hope you feel better soon. I'm a bit better already. I'm hoping it to be good by tomorrow. That's pretty clean. Taylor Brooks is so satisfying. I'm glad you're enjoying. That might be it. If this is symmetrical enough, I might leave that little bit of a lip because it looks pretty clean. Never mind, I might have messed it up a little. Constance Huss followed the live creator. Thank you very much. Simple as says, I like it a lot the way it goes in at the top. Yeah, I hope I can maintain that while finishing this part. That might have worked. Drawing edits followed the live career. Thank you very much. Bethany Vism followed the live career. Thank you. Samson Heartme. Thank you. Dairy Mexican says, yo Ryan, that's a big one. Yeah, it's got a good heft down here. Let's see how it looks. It's not the smoothest around the rim, but I think it's worth keeping to maintain the shape. That's an odd part. I'll just get rid of that. DJ says, that is so cool. Thank you. So, I have an idea for this one. We'll see how it turns out. I don't know if it's the right shape for what I have in mind, but I'm going to give it a try. Real Angel says, I made my first wonky pots today on my mini wheel. That's awesome. Wait, who said that? Royal Angel Creations says, I made my first wonky pots. That's great. I'd like to see him if you post. How did it go overall? Did you lean? Follow the live crew? Thank you very much. Simple Disaster says, I've joined your fan club for 100 days. Thank you so much. Bob, follow the live creator. I appreciate that. Okay, let's try this. We're gonna do a light amount of black. Smile5 says, what advice can you give a beginner? It depends on where you're at in your beginning. Do you throw at all? Do you throw on a large scale? Do you throw on a small scale? Because all of that kind of has different advice. And I'm mostly qualified to give miniature advice. There Mexican says, that looks sick. Thank you. KK says, each piece is uniquely beautiful. Yeah, that's because I have a problem with consistency. So they all have to be uniquely beautiful. Bob Dogs says, very satisfying. I'm glad you like it. I'm drying the underglaze here so that we can put another layer on top. Bob Dogs says, very nice work, amazing. Thank you. Real Angel Creation says, the clay I bought was cheap and odd. Cone 4 to 6 low fire. 4 to 6 low fire. Hard to work with, I think. I'll post it. 4 to 6, from my understanding, 4 to 6 would be mid-range. Okay, that's almost dry. Unless it's like 0.4 to something. Moxie McQueen reposted. I'm glad you did that. Thank you. Okay, from here I want some red. Yeah, but I'm really particular about my clay. I always get the same porcelain because everything else is a lot harder to throw with. Meanwhile, Kathy says, I love it. Royal Angel Creation says, I'll have to look tomorrow. Laura R. Gen X. Follow the live crew. Thank you very much. Okay, let's get some red. I did a light amount of black so that hopefully this red will show through. Cisco Kid, follow the live creator. Vegas Sunshine, follow the live creator. Kiba, and a donut. Thanks, everybody. Okay, let's try that. Dang, not symmetrical. We'll try adding more. It might look cool just like that though, but we'll try adding more. Much better. It won't be fully symmetrical, I don't think, but I think this will be better. Timothy says, I've seen where they pull a string after the glaze to create a design. I have never seen that. I'm not sure how that would work. Royal Angel Creation says, how do you know when the clay is centered on the wheel? When it stops looking like it's fluttering. It stops looking like it's like, have like after images. I'll show you if you're still around when we center the next one. I like that. I think that's cool. Yeah, not perfectly symmetrical, but I kind of like it. I'm gonna make the rest of it red. Simple Disaster says, so cool. And Too Much says, wow. Will we think black rim to go with this, or should I go red all the way to the top? Businesswoman followed the live career, thank you very much. Simple Disaster says black. Amy says black rim. Boza says red top, in my opinion, and Tina says black rim. Looks like most people went with black. Let me make sure I get underneath the rim first. There we go. Jams Tiberius says, then I realized, oh, it's mini pottery. Yep. I don't really have much for scale, so sometimes it takes some time. Too Much says, caught my GF telling people I fall asleep to your dream. IDC. I mean, that's not the worst thing that could be being shared. I think there's going to be a little bit of white peeking through, because I don't think I can get that edge. It's too thin without risking the black spilling down, but I think it looks nice. KK okay says, is porcelain different than regular clay? Yeah, it's just got some different ingredients. It throws different, has some lighter properties. A lot of people who throw full scale find it more difficult to work with. I prefer it because of those qualities, the lightness of it, the fact that it is very sensitive to small amounts of water, and the elasticity of it, sort of plastic feeling. Alright, here's our first of the night. I really like it. Amy McCracken sent 3 donuts, thank you so much. Her piece is beautiful. Which is perfect. Tracy Ellis is beautiful. Tina says dibs. Hey, you got it. That one's yours. Take your screenshot now. I'm just about to take it off. Terry Maxon says that looks great. Bob Dog says awesome. Jackie says beautiful piece. That's a good comeback piece from a couple of days off. I was worried I'd forgotten how to do it. Sunshine Kid says, that piece is stunning. Okay. If anyone has suggestions for what else I should be doing, let me know. I think the next one's going to be a 2-chambered vase because it's actually been a while. Laura R. Gen X says, you sell them? I do. Terry Mexican says, what shape is your top seller? I really have not been keeping track enough to know. Probably the bowls, which is too bad because I don't like those as much. But then there's a lot of ones I don't make a ton of, and they always sell out, so I don't know. Because this is the ones that he refuses to make. Accurate, yeah, that's basically what I was saying. Yeah, if you're talking like snowmen, those always sell out. Which really, I should just like charge a little more for the ones I don't like to make, and then make a lot of them. Trickster says, what's your record for chambers in a vase again? Probably 3 if we're talking true silhouette, where there's a chamber on the inside and the outside. And then I think 6 if we're just talking about the appearance of a chamber on the outside. Okay, so the person who asked about centering, you'll know it's off center because see how it sort of flashes around? You can see that it's not symmetrical, so as it spins it looks different. So I'm just getting it a little bit closer, but most of the actual centering work is going to be done in the next step. That's better, but you can still see down here it is not centered. Midnight's in a Heartbeat, thank you very much. Selena followed the live creator, thank you very much. A bit faster. Yeah, basically as long as it's wiggling, it's not fully centered. So that wiggle at the top, that's telling us it's not there yet. Did I not grab the preferred tool I have? No, here it is. Manon followed the live creator, thank you very much. The Dirty Mexican says, okay, how do you follow the live crew? I don't know what that means, actually. Maria Chavez shared the live, thank you very much. Mike P says, Association of the Cruelty to Mud. I am not familiar with what that is. Allie from Cali reposted, thank you very much. And thank you for the heart me. The Dirty Mexican says, what is it you're saying that people are following? They're following me? Following the live? They're just, like, you click my picture and then you click follow. Brittany Steele followed the live creator, thank you very much. Brown Eyed Danny shared the live and reposted, thank you. Okay, we are about centered. PNP Flowers follow the live creator, thank you very much. Terry Mexican says, what do you do with all your lids? I noticed a pile of them. I try to fit them to different pieces. Hey, thank you for the little crown, I appreciate that. Brit P. I try to fit them to different pieces, but lately I've been having bad luck with them coming back not firing correctly and kind of ruining pieces, so I'm trying to be a little more strategic about when I use them. This one's really good though. This is a really good lid. I want to use this one. A Simple Disaster says fancy. I agree. Lana Butt Backwards followed the live career. Thank you very much. Brit P says cute. Actually, I just went through and I threw away a lot of the lid pile. Any of them that had any sort of imperfections. So it would be a little less overwhelming to find fits. NG Kazi followed the live career, thank you very much. And reposted, thank you. Kim sent a heart me, thank you. And thank you to people who are liking the live. I don't say that enough. It's still crazy to me that this wheel I'm using now is so much weaker than the one I was using. Cisco Kid says, do you sell them online? We have a dib system for if you want any piece I'm currently working on. But that's just so that I let you know when it's finished. It's like more of a reserve. Sunshine Kid says, since you remove them first, do you color glaze them? Usually not, no. I usually have mismatched lids in terms of color, which is my preference. But sometimes if I really think it needs it and it has a good fit to one, but kind of ruins the look, then I'll just do an underglaze after it's been bisked. Broccoli says, yay, I caught you tonight. I'm glad you did. Dang, that really threw us off balance. Baby Hippo, follow the live career. Thank you very much. Gonna have to do some fixing. We now have two chambers on the inside, but they're not very well represented on the outside, so we'll be doing, it's going to be kind of a squat one. MG Kazi says, I like your voice. Thank you. Okay. It's going to be kind of difficult to hit exactly where it needs to hit. But I think it's here where it's at its thickest and doesn't have the full silhouette curve. I'll just do a little bit of this to fix the look of this. And then focus on getting the rest of it right. Oh, I went quite a bit in. This is fairly thin clay. Rocky says, that's cool, really. Peel just says, is Cheryl feeling okay? Yes, so far. I'm trying to be careful not to get her sick. She's starting her school quarter right now. And then Maria says, do you do custom orders? I do requests, but I always throw on live, so the best and easiest way to get a request from me is if you just say what you want in the chat and I'll let you know if I can do it. Because I often forget about requests via messages unless they're very specific. And Amanda says, gotcha, thank you. That top is out of control. We might be in trouble on this one. Mia Green followed the live critter. Bianca AVC followed the live critter. Thank you both. Risky move, but it doesn't look like it's responding well for me to just shape it. So I'm going to try to trim everything that's off center off of this top one. It's risky because it's so thin. I really shouldn't be making it thinner. But if it works, we're going to end up with a very light piece because I'm removing a lot of the clay. Britt P says, you thought about centering too much. Did I? Can't even remember what I was thinking about. I think if I made a mistake on this one, it's I pushed out the inside too much when I was making the internal silhouette, so that the wall is extra wide and thin. Let's just get rid of this. It's looking wacky. One more. Jackie says, very nice work. Thank you. The Dirty Mexican says, is that a sewing needle? It is a pottery needle. I think it's called like a rim trimming needle. It's meant specifically to take off the top. James Henderson followed the live crew. Thank you very much. Vicky Webb Robert shared the live. And Patricia Sufuentes followed the live crew. Thank you. Dirty Mexican says, you saved it. I think I did, but we aren't fully out of the woods. I would like to do this to smooth out the curve. Britt P sent 16 donuts. Thank you so much. Ambition followed the live creator. I appreciate that. Definitely wiggling again though. I'll do one more pass. So I think a solid color combined with speckles is the best bet for this shape because it's so off center that a lot of my normal techniques that require symmetry to work really well are gonna have a hard time. Britt P says, Hunter with specks of black. I was thinking green, but I was thinking a different green. I was hoping to do apple with specks of black. But let's pause it for a minute and see if it looks better when it's not spinning. Britt P says, apple with specks of Hunter. The Dairy Mexican says, crazy how the bottom is perfectly centered but the top is off. Yeah, that's just because right here is super, super thin, and all of this is super thin, so any sort of movement, any sort of pressing deforms the whole top half. You can't really tell when it stopped though. Looks pretty good. Maybe a little on the rim. Okay. Feeling like I'm probably only gonna do like an hour of the stream tonight because I'm still not feeling great. Maybe like one or two more, probably one more after this one. Shelby says, I love that shape. Thank you. Mel Cook says, loving the shape. The Dairy Mexican says, what about navy blue with specks of baby blue? I like, cool idea. It wouldn't show up because the basically lighter specks tend not to show up on darker backgrounds. James Henderson says, nice work, man. Thank you. Shan says, is it a double bubble bowl? Nope, it's just a two-chambered vase. A bubble bowl would have two walls connected. I don't know how you would do a double bubble bowl. I think I could, maybe. I'm gonna think about that. Peter just says, I'm still expecting a trading card, FYI. I don't know what that means. Is that something I talked about? Was I supposed to send, what's a trading card? Shannon says, I think you could for sure. Peel just sent an emoji which does not clarify. I'm not, what's a trading card? Peel just says the animal trading cards. I'm not familiar with this. Mark says, what would you suggest someone to wear to a pottery class? If you're doing full-size throwing, you're gonna get clay on it. So, something you don't mind getting clay on. A lot of pottery classes, depending on the time of year, but like, they can be really, really hot in the summer and really, really cold in the winter, so just dress accordingly. I prefer light, like t-shirt, so that you can just clean off your arms. Leah sent a heart me, thank you very much. People just, are you saying that you're expecting an order? Because I send the animal trading cards, thank you cards with the orders. But yeah, you just don't want to put a ton of your clothes with a ton of clay in your washing machine a lot of times. So like, the less amount of clothes you're wearing, then the less clay you have to clean out your clothes. Because this is, I was saying I'm still expecting one even though you're sick. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Probably tomorrow I'm gonna be sending everyone's emails for the next orders. I have like 20 orders to send out, so it's gonna be a little bit of time getting them to everybody. But I just sent out 5 boxes yesterday, and then I'm working on the newest orders. Oh, I see, says Ryan. Hi. During Mexican says, you're sick? Flu? It's just been a sore throat so far. I haven't looked into what it is. I've just been staying home and taking care of myself. Hope not. I don't. Based off of what I've heard, it doesn't seem to match the flu. Jackie says, that's very pretty. Thank you. I'm gonna do one more touch and then we'll see how it looks. Douglas Saunderson says vitamins. Alright. I'll try my best. Scorpio Red says, hey, how are you? Hi, everyone. I say hey back. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing alright. Not my best, but getting better. Okay, let's see what this... the inside of the rim doesn't look great, but let's see. Oh, I like that. Douglas Anderson says C and zinc. Yeah, I've been drinking a lot of orange juice. Because this is love. Yeah, this is what I had on my mind. Sorry if I wasn't paying attention to people's suggestions, but this is what I wanted to see. We got some good ones tonight, even if I'm not going to be on super long. So now I'm just drying it so I can take it off the wheel without smudging in these nice colors. Anon says, wow. Mel Cook says, love it. Scorpio Red says, cute. Once I'm feeling better and I'm caught up on orders, I plan on within the next week to try doing 2 lives a day. Trying to do some day lives just to see what audienceship is like. Amy says, it came out great. And Scorpio Red says, I bet I missed a lot. You really didn't. I've only made one tonight. I had a hard time with both of them. Simple Disaster says, whoa. Yeah, that is depending on how much better I'm feeling and how soon, and depending on how caught up I can get with orders and glazing. But I'm going to try my best. Real Angel Curation says, that would be great. 3 hours later here. I understand it's not ideal for most people. A Simple Disaster says, can you post a vid with the schedule so we don't miss it? I can. I can't guarantee I will. I'm not what I would consider to be a video poster. But I should be. It'd be good. Drinking some water. Okay. I think I'm just gonna do one more tonight. This was kind of a practice run to see how I'm feeling. Bubble Bowl or the texture tool. The one that looks like this. Let me know in the chat what we want to see. Simple Disaster says, okay, I can message and ask repeatedly like a toddler. Just kidding, mostly. I mean, that it is a more effective way to do it than to rely on me posting a video. Bert P says, you could post a photo of bowing and then just put your schedule in there. Yeah, one of the things I like about this as a job is not having a hard schedule. Just, I think the day ones I might experiment opposed to be set on a time. Just like when I get up, just do it to start the day when I feel ready after some yogurt in the morning. So I don't know if I'll be sticking to a hard schedule in the morning. Vintage Vixen says, what wheel do you use? I use a couple of different wheels. This one is, I think it's called the Fingertip Mini Pole Machine, but this is like a different model than the other ones I have. It's a lot weaker, quieter though, so I do prefer it for the lives. But this is a very weak wheel. When I taught the class, I was surprised how much stronger and easier to use the other ones were. Okay, so no one wanted to see schedule. We're going with a bubble bowl. Electra, follow the live career. Thank you very much. Vintage Vixen says, thank you. You're welcome. Kind of a small piece, actually, for a bubble bowl. I'd like to make a bubble bowl with a thick enough wall to use the pizza tool on it, but that's so risky. Simple Disaster says, ooh, be risky or lazy. Yeah, those are the two options. Purpy says, be risky business. And Scorpio Red says, I love bubble bowls. Glad to hear it. I like them a lot too. Sometimes they can be a little bit intimidating. Hypocrites 2026, follow the live career. Thank you very much. Too Much says, biggest bowl challenge. Not gonna happen with this one, just because it's already a small piece of clay. If I was going for the biggest bowl, we'd need something bigger. Hypocrite says, I enjoy watching. I'm glad you do. Let's mess around with the speed so we can get a better sense of our centering. Okay, I feel like top speed on this one is like half my other wheels. Cisco Kid says, what are the prices for these pieces? It's always going to be 25. If you get a mystery, that's 15, but the ones that you're seeing me make are 25. Scorpio Red says, yes, I love it here. I'm glad you do. Beal just says, plus handling. Yeah. And yeah, I'm going to have to raise the handling costs soon. I'm losing like $3 a piece on handling, which sucks. I don't know how it's like literally doubled within the last year. Chrissy Color says 13E risky. I need to make another one of those. that got us off center. We recenter. That's the thing that's the most annoying about this wheel. Every time I open, is it goes off center. It's just less steady of a wheel head. When I was using the other wheel, the louder ones, there would just be no difficulty. I would open it up and it would firmly stay in place. Cisco Kid says, what do people put in these? Are they more decorative? They're decorative, but people do put decorative things in them, mostly like small flowers, cat whiskers. The ones that have room in them, they put like crystals. And for the bowls I make, a lot of times people use them to hold rings or earrings. Too much says teeth. Absolutely, that would give it probably a good rattle. That's probably what most people use them for. Brittany T says you could put crystals. Yeah, crystals are a good use. Brittany T says jewelry. Absolutely. Jewelry, teeth. Those are the main uses. It's so interesting that this shape is how my favorite way to get a bowl is to just make this shape, which is just a vase first. Not too bad. Bill just says, what time do you typically wake up? I aim for 9 usually. Aim for. Often miss. So I'm thinking if I'm going to try to do day, it'd be sometime around noon my time. Just after I can get all my morning stuff done. When I used to do a podcast, it would be a noon podcast. Amy McCracken sent a heart me. Thank you very much. This wall is really thin, so I don't know about using pizza tool on it. Kind of want to though. Feel just says noon your time works for me. Cool. I mean, I hope it works for a lot of people, but we'll see. Though people might get sick of watching me if I'm doing 2 a day. Simple Dusty says it's not fair. And Jesse reposted, thank you very much. Broccoli sent a heart me. Desert 2 US sent a heart me. Thank you both. Simple Justice says, we just fall asleep, it's not the same. Yeah, but if you're watching the day ones, you're less likely to fall asleep. And then you have to deal with the content of it. Terry Mexican says, man, I'm struggling to stay awake, but I want to see the finished product. I will try to hurry then. Bundy says hello and send a heart me. I say hey back. I hope you're doing well. Amanda Davidson, a heart me. Thank you very much. Broccoli says, first bubble bowl I've seen made. Nice. I'm glad you like it. This is not a great example so far. It's quite shaky for some reason. Though everything's been a bit shaky tonight. I want to get another wheel soon, but I'm worried we've all been spoiled by how quiet this one is. Okay, I am gonna try a pizza wheel. I don't know if it's a good idea to do it on the inside or even the outside, really. Amy says, we will adjust. And Deanna says, wheel number 325. I go through them. I do go through them. It's crazy we had one that lasted like 9 months, and then everything else has been not as long. Deanna sent a heart me. Thank you very much. IE Foliage says, why are you not using your hands, fingers? Look at the comparative size between my fingers and the bowl. It would be quite hard to get the detail if I was just using my fingers. Also, I have a style which involves throwing with dry clay, and this wheel is very weak, so putting my fingers on there would provide too much drag and it'd actually stop the wheel from spinning. So instead I do the details by cutting into the piece. And that's my answer to that question. Deanna says, you would think they'd make the wheels stronger. You make them stronger, you make them louder. I have stronger wheels, but they often get a lot of complaints because of how they sound. One more. Okay, let's see how this looks. I'm seeing an issue at the top. Oh, it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. Actually, it looks pretty good. There's a fold here. Can't really get rid of that. Doesn't look too bad though. We're gonna do texture on this one. I don't know how well it'll work because we've never tried this, but I'm gonna try to do a shallow texture across the outside. If that works, then we'll experiment on texture on the inside. Brit Peace in the heartbeat, thank you very much. Brit Peace says dibs. That's okay. Try not to feel sad if my next move blows it up. Because it could. It's hollow on the inside, so if it's too thin when I do this tool, there's a chance that it could just pop. Brick piece is risky business. Exactly. We're going to start where the wall is thickest. Real Angel Creation says good night. Catch you later. Thanks for hanging out. Hope to see you again. Oh, that might just be it. That might be it. I don't think I want to do any more texture than that because that looks really nice. How about just red on the inside? That tends to be a really good look for bowls. And Angel's Red says that's beautiful. Brit Piece is red. Brit P, what do you think about red on the inside? Daring Mexican says, yeah, it does. Chrissy Kelly says, perfect. Desert 2 Regret says, nice risky bowl. Brittany Teese and a heart me, thank you so much. Royal Angel Creation says, what was the pizza tool? It's just a spur. I think it's like a tracer tool in sewing. You're Not Allowed says, that is amazing. Electricists love it. Mel Cook says, now I need one. Okay, I didn't see a answer to if we want to do red on the inside, but Brippy says, sorry, I would like black on the inside. Sorry, we can do that. Black would be nice too. I just want to do a solid color on the inside. But I do think you're wrong, and it should be red, and I'm going to file it away as a grievance, but I'll do it. The Dairy Mexican says, red on inside, what about outside orange? We're going to leave outside bare because this is really, really crisp and I want the texture to stand out. A Simple Disaster says, add it to the blog. I wish I was organized enough to keep a list of all my grievances. I end up just forgetting them, which is a waste. Someone should keep a list of all my grievances for me. The Dear Mexican says red. I went with black because this is a dibsed piece, which means somebody has agreed to take responsibility for it. Simple as that says, I'll start a spreadsheet. And Brit P says, too many lists. That's a good point. I have a lot of grievances. Anytime somebody wants me to make something, essentially. When it says, what happened to the BH guy with the lots of dates and themes you don't like? I took care of that. I won't be having to do any theme nights. I like it. I think that turned out really nice. Caroline D says pretty. Broccoli says very nice. You know, Lance says wow. Jackie says gorgeous. Brickby says dude, it's great. Amanda Davis says the black looks really good. Shawnee follow the live creator. Simple as that says number 2 on the spreadsheet is theme night. True. Simple as that says that's incredible. Heather Lynn says that's beautiful. Brittby says got my screenshot. And Douglas Anderson says good night. Darren Jeremy says amazing, and Brittany Steele says, I love it. Thanks, everybody. Zeta Fury followed the live crew. Thank you very much. We're just gonna stiffen up the walls so they don't bend when I take it off the wheel. Bill just says hole. Yeah, and I should probably put a hole in it too. Amy says, could one more person join the fan club? That'd be great. That would get me to a little bit more money for the night. Hey, Ellie became the 100th fan club member. Thank you so much. Thank you for sending a heart me. Everyone sent a heart me. Max, Miss Julie sent a heart me. Just gonna do a little hole down here. Midnight says, it reminds me of those coin rolling things at the store. The Dirty Mexican, no, you are looking at how many likes I have. Monica says, I can't keep my eyes open tonight. Good night, Ryan in the chat. Good night. I'm actually going to bed myself after I get this off the wheel. Simple as we sent an alien buddy. Try to put him in the bowl. Thank you very much. Vivian Waits says, I would have loved teal on the inside. I should do more teal on the inside with the bowls. I think that would look really nice. Okay, we did 3. I think I'm going to call it there tonight just because I'm running out of steam. I'll try to get back to the full schedule within the next few days as I'm feeling better. Dirty Mexican says, that's crisp. I agree. So here's what we had. We had our red drip, which I like a lot. Patty sent a heart me, thank you very much. We have our apple green speckle, 2 chambered vase. And then we had our textured bubble bowl. That's gonna look real nice with an eye on it. Hey, we got our 2 bowls with a little crown. Thank you. Okay, that is it for me tonight. I'm gonna turn the camera around and say goodnight. Hello, I'm Ryan Cudahy. I make the pots every night between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. Hey, Brit P sent enough 26 donuts, got me to my live goal just in time. Thank you very much. And I got you to a new member level. I'm Ryan Cudahy Ceramics on other platforms if you want to follow me there. And I will be back tomorrow and we'll make some more stuff. Thank you very much. Have a good night.